Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Internet's been down all week, so haven't been able to make any long-form videos. I've just been doing some shorts over on Vlogging Through History, but we are ready to dive back into this, and I had intended to start a new series with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, but I recorded the whole first episode, and then they issued a update that basically wiped out all saved games, so I never even uploaded the first episode. We're going to wait until that game's a little more polished. But I am taking your suggestions for another series to start on any game. And we are going to be doing a multiplayer Hearts of Iron 4 very, very soon. Probably shoot those videos on Saturday, so I'll be posting something about that in the near future. I will open it up to patrons first, and then if we still have some spots available, open it up to anybody else. So let's see what happens. We are into July of 1862. I've gone in and upgraded all of our independent armies to actual armies rather than just being corps level units. So that, for example, the army of the Shenandoah is now a full-fledged army rather than a corps, which means it actually could have corps underneath it, but we're not going to do that quite yet. Also promoted all of our corps commanders to lieutenant general. And we can actually now get a much easier. There have been some updates to the game, and I won't cover all of them, but we can see all of our lieutenant generals here, our major generals, our brigadier generals, etc., and how many we have of each of those. One of the cool new features that we have available to us is the ability to set the supply level at our supply depots, how much supply we want to be in those. So you can see right here our supply depot that's right next to the Fort Milligan garrison. We can set the storage target here. Red is empty, yellow is medium, green is full. Supplies are continually accumulated or disposed until the set level is reached. So right now we're going to do medium on that one. There are a bunch of other things that have been updated as well. And some things maybe I've just never really talked about that are available here. So for example, we can click on our prison camp here in Nashville. I'm currently upgrading that one. You can see the cost of the upkeep of that, and you can actually parole the prisoners, which I think we might go ahead and do with this one, just because it'll save us on the upkeep. And it tells us that some of those guys may re-enlist, but I think the Union's got plenty of troops anyway, so I'm not really thinking that that's going to be a big deal for us to let them re-enlist if that's what happens. Let's go ahead and build up the storage at Fort Smith Depot. And I do want to move the Trans-Mississippi Theater forward, see if we can't hit the Department of the West. He's got 26,000 men. We've got 25,000. I want to try and march into southwest Missouri here. We want to try and capture the Carthage Depot if we can. So let's see if we can get this fight going here. There we go. This should be a pretty even fight. John Wool in the Department of the West against John Singleton Mosby's Trans-Mississippi Theater. All right, so we are defending one of the objectives. The other one's just across the river from where we can set up to start. He's going to be coming in from the northwest corner of the map. So I'm going to send some cav over there to grab that objective. I might even set up a division over there and maybe try to dig in with them if I can. Actually, I think I'll grab the objective and then I'll sit back over here in these woods and then maybe try to advance on him if he tries to cross the bridge. I'm going to put 2 cavalry brigades guarding the Grapevine Road just in case he tries to come across and hit me that way. I'll get plenty of warning that that's going to happen, so I'll have time to deal with it. Yeah, I think I'll sit him right on top of this, and maybe right at the edge of this hill. That'll give me some time to pull some folks over if it comes to that. I'm going to also put some 10-pounder Parrots on that road. The rest I'm going to put just guarding this crossing, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, I absolutely did not expect him to come down from the north up there where I have absolutely no one guarding my artillery that I have sitting on this high ground over here. I thought for sure he'd come down one of these roads. So, all right, we're going to have to quickly get these guns some protection here. So we'll bring up 1 brigade on that side, 1 brigade on the other side, and 1 brigade in support. And we're going to wait and see, because that might just be Cav. I don't know if they're actually scouting ahead of the main force or not. But I'm very quickly going to get into position for any situation that might arise. These are 14-pounder Jameses, and they're already firing on that cavalry that's coming in. So we're going to bring in the Willamette Brigade. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I know that y'all in Oregon got weird pronunciations for some things. Clark's Brigade and McBride's Brigade. Let's bring them up a little further here. We're going to send some skirmishers out for B. No sign of the rest of the enemy, though. Here they come. So they are going to come down that road. All right. That's how we're going to play this. We're going to have to completely redeploy then. And in the meantime, Price's division is going to have to hang on for dear life by itself. Now, I could pull back here and let him have this objective and then force him to try and come at me. But I think it's probably a little late for that. So we'll start sending Pickett's division. Get them into place over here. And then I think we can probably start pulling this Cav back. I am going to leave one brigade over there just because I'd like to know what's happening out on my flank. Oh, he's launching his attack as I've got another division crossing over down this road. He was sitting back doing nothing, and so I wasn't worried about it. And now just as we're in the middle of moving Pickett's division forward, he's going to launch his attack. So I'm going to try to pull Pickett's division back behind the lines as quickly as I possibly can before they get into trouble here. We'll try to start by using the skirmishers here just to slow these guys down a little bit. But I think Pickett's division is going to get caught out here in the open. We'll have to use Tolliver to fight here. Even though I wasn't planning on him fighting there. Alright, we're pulling the skirmishers back in. I'm a little worried about these guns being up so close to the front, these 10-pounder Jameses. I'm going to pull this Cav back because I've got some 24-pounders sitting right here that I'd like to be able to use. They're kind of in the way. He's trying to get around my flank. Let's send the rest of this division up to get over on this side. And I'm going to put Gladden out here on the flank if I can. We're a little bit overlapped. It's not ideal, but it'll have to work. Morale was pretty even going into this fight. Still pretty even. Got the Monterey cattle rustlers here. I'd like to move them out if I can, but for now, if we pull Clark's brigade's skirmishers in, that'll allow some of them to have line of sight and be able to open up on these guys. There we go. Let's do the same with B's skirmishers. If we can drive Haskell back, I can pull B out. Because right now we've got 3 brigades firing on Parsons' brigade here, and they're going to be taking some heavy casualties. This 4th brigade's going to take some heavy casualties. I've got these 14-pounder Jameses up front, and they'll be able to put some canister fire into him. still holding most of his army back. All right, we've driven that brigade off. That opens the door for us to get a little more creative over here. Let's just pull these guys over to that side. I'm still working on Gladden's brigade getting up on the other side. We got to get a little more firepower on this bunch, which is basically a division right here. You can see he's trying to shift more units over that way too. I have orders for Hamilton B to send his cavalry brigade up this road. Oh, he just drove Tolliver off. I should have expected that was going to happen with the amount of firepower they were dealing with there. And we'll get Gladden moved up over here. Get Maury's division into position on the left here. I'm going to shift Armstrong over so we can open up a spot for this 24-pounder unit to have line of sight. Come on, Gladden. I know you're tired, dude. You got to move forward, though. Alright, he's pulling back. This will give me a chance to get this line straightened out a little bit. There goes B. Now we're getting bogged down a little bit. Haven't seen that happen on this game for quite some time. I don't know if there's something with the latest update or what. Gladden's got Mississippi rifles. They've got nice long range. Good unit to have out here on the flank, which he's trying to extend. All right, we're going to dismount B's cavalry. They've got Smith carbines. Let's see what those weapons can do. Only 200-yard range, but 7 rounds a minute. Here comes pretty much an all-out attack. Only got Springfield muskets here. Wofford, the Danish brigade's got Lawrence rifles. And we've got the Monterey cattle rustlers right there. All right, let's bring B up and surprise Strong that there's somebody else he's got to worry about over here. Casualty-wise, fairly even. Slight advantage for myself. It's about to get a lot better when Park runs into the fire of a full division here. Come on, B. Gotta get moving forward, buddy. Alright, we're gonna just click on Strong this way, because if you do that, they do it instantly. You don't have to wait for the order delay. Because I've got to protect this flank. Because we're about to... Holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 brigades right there. Against my, what, 4? Who's taking the casualties? That's from B. Bernard B. Oh my gosh, yeah, he's lost 700 men. He's about to break. Send the Jackson County Raiders up into that spot to hold the line. Come on, B. Go. What are you waiting on? Oh, we're about to have a problem over here. Why won't he move? My right is in trouble. My right's in real trouble. That doesn't help my army commanders all the way the heck over here. I need to get him more centralized. All right, here we go. We have broken a unit on one part of his line. We gotta push his right flank back before he turns my right, which he's about to do. He just got on the flank of Gladden. We've got to come in and hit strong as quickly as possible before he turns my flank. McDowell's going to come down and make sure I can't do that. Oh, this is a mess. This may not go well. Alright, Jackson County Raiders, hit him. He's going right into that gap. Whoa, where'd Gladden go? Please tell me he didn't just surrender. Please tell me that's a glitch. Oh no, they did surrender. Wow. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. We did manage to push back that unit with our cav, but same thing's going to happen to them now that they've done that, because they're going to end up getting broken. Alright, we got to try and quickly collapse his right flank because mine is in tatters. I can't believe I lost a brigade. What brigade was that? That was Gladden's brigade. It wasn't a patron unit, at least. Alright, B, what are you doing over here? Let's dismount. This becomes a race to see who can break whose right flank quicker. There goes Smith. I'm losing the artillery pieces over there. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Casualties are identical right now. Morale is equally in the toilet for both sides. And like I said, we're trying to break his flank before he breaks ours. I'm going to send Wofford up to hit these batteries. Oh, McBride, hang on, buddy. Hang on for dear life. I'm going to slow down to real time here. He's got 3 brigades, one after the other. They're in a column coming at me. Oh, McDowell's going to come up behind B. Hit him. I still got another cavalry unit over here. Let's bring them into the fight. Oh, B. Can I get you pulled back? Do we have time to do that before McDowell hits him? This has turned into a fight for the center now. Come on, Wofford, you got to take out that battery. We might pull this off. There you go, Armstrong. Nice job. What a mess of a battle. There goes Wallace. Nice job, McBride, driving off Wallace. B just broke. Yeah, we couldn't get him out of there. Don't think it's going to matter. Wow, this is crazy. I think we got him, though. Unless he reforms for another attack, which I don't know that he's going to have the strength to do. Yeah, let's speed this up now. Yeah, I think we got him. Not pretty. Oh, who was killed? Sterling Price, division commander, killed in action. Wow. Brigadier General Price was killed at the head of his troops. His men are discouraged. The quartermaster of Clark's brigade sent me that message. There we go. That's the victory. We've got him. All right, let's take a look and see who's going to get the battle honors for this one. So the Willamette Brigade lost almost half their men in that one. They also inflicted a lot of casualties. Pickett's division lost 56%, but a lot of that was because one of their units was captured, I believe. Oh, yeah, look at that. Gladden's brigade, 93% were lost. That's crazy. That's most of why that happened. In Price's division, you can see their casualties that they took. So I think we'll go with the Willamette Brigade. And Monterey Cattle Rustlers, too. Let me go back and look at them for a second. Yeah, they did really well. They lost only 19% of their men, but inflicted almost 1,000 casualties. So we'll give them one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Trans-Mississippi Theater now. Obviously, we have to replace Sterling Price in command of that division. Are any of his brigade commanders? I think B might be able to do it. Let's promote him. We're going to replace him as a brigade commander. If we can find anybody decent who can fill that role. Boy, there's just not a lot of great choices, are there? Beverly Robertson could do the job. All right. So now we do have 3 major generals available, but none of them are very good. Wade Hampton is sitting there with nothing to do. But then, yeah, we already promised it to B. We're going to give it to B. None of these guys are doing too great right now as far as division command goes. But we did have 2 units that we were going to give Battle Stars 2. Monterey Cattle Rustlers is one of them. And then the Willamette Brigade, wherever they are. There they are. This will be their second Battle Star. Okay, we're going to send the Army of Tennessee under Albert Sidney Johnston north with both of their corps. I'm hoping we can draw some of these armies away. But I'm waiting to build a base of supply here with the Army of East Tennessee under A.P. Hill. In the meantime, we're also trying to hang on with our Western Army to our little sliver of Southern Illinois in Cairo. And we are making a move, no, not that far over, with the Trans-Mississippi Theater, which just won that battle. And we're going to try to grab this Carthage depot, give ourselves a base of supply. There are 2 Union armies here, though, and combined, they can outnumber me pretty good. I'm down to just under 20,000 men. I do have some more. I just did some consolidation and some new recruitment in the Trans-Mississippi Theater, but it's going to be 33 days on both the Kansas Brigade and Hampton's Brigade, which is a unit that's coming up out of New Mexico territory. Let's look at projects for a second. Ooh, we do have some good projects available to us here. Confederate guns, recruitment offices actually might come in really handy right now because we are scraping the bottom of the barrel at the moment with recruits, so let's do that. And then market reform, that'll increase the efficiency of the nation's markets. I like that idea at the moment. Subsidized industry, let's do that too. Okay, here we go. We're going to get a nice big battle here. Army of the Tennessee, both corps, are 13 hours away, so we actually won't have any troops on the field at first. He's got 2 armies, pretty even combined strength. He's going to have a little bit of an edge in artillery, but I've got a slight edge in cavalry. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I guess I actually do have my army. It's giving it to me right at the beginning. Both sides have all their troops available. Morale's almost even. I mean, there's really little we could ask for. It's almost identical on both ends. The tricky part is, in terms of deploying, where do we want to deploy? Because we could go right up here and cover the river, but we really don't need to, as he's got to come all the way down here and hit us. So I might dig in right in behind this creek and then right along here. We've got a lot of points available to us as far as engineering goes, so we could actually build some decent fortifications along this area here. I think that's what we're going to do. By the way, they have made the construction of fortifications quite a bit easier with the way it's done. It's much easier to use, much more difficult to screw up. So we were able to build a nice long fortification in here, and that uses all the points that I had available to me. We can dig in along here, dig in right here, and let him come at us. Okay, here's the line we've come up with. Now we wait and see where he attacks. It's a pretty long line that's covering a lot of ground. We probably should have condensed it a little bit. I feel like I'm a little too spread out, especially if he only hits me on one side, but it's good interior lines. We can reinforce quickly as needed wherever we're needed. I've got some 24-pounders right on the line here. Nice open field of fire, so if he does come down at me over here, it'll be a good spot. Now we wait. All right. They're appearing pretty fast on 2 different parts of the line. So it looks like either way I should be in good shape. I am going to shift the rest of my cav over to this side. I feel like that's probably where he's going to hit me the strongest. Need to get Johnson a little more central to where his core is. Let's wait and see what he does. He's going to try to get around on both flanks. I'm not going to pull anybody off the line for the time being. It's interesting that he's crossing right in front of my field of fire here. Kentucky Colonels are going to get some good shots at him. Mississippi Rifles. Orphan Brigade right next to them. I do have a little bit of a soft spot in the line right here. Let's send Deering into that hole there. In the meantime, I think Tennessee Home Guard will be okay. There's only 1,100 men there, though. More brigades showing up on this side. His morale is quite a bit higher than mine. But we'll make up for that with the point of being behind defenses. I do have Bass's boys right in behind Whiting, so if he does take too many casualties, we can reinforce him. Hungarian Impalers are moving into position to get some fire on this brigade here. Oh boy, there's a lot happening on my right though. We're not super strong here either. I am trying to get it reinforced a little more, though. But I think we probably need to strongly consider shifting Kite's division over here. It's a long way to go, but I feel like he's really loading up on my right. So far, so good on the casualties. Hamilton. I wonder if that's Schuyler Hamilton. That'd be Alexander Hamilton's grandson if it is. I'm curious. I wonder if we can look and see that. He's got 2 armies. It's got to be the Army of the Tennessee. Commander report. Here we go. Brigadier General Hamilton. Yep, Schuyler Hamilton. That's him. Listen, General, I am a fan of your grandfather, but you got to go down today. Alright, good news is that Kite's division's already in transit, so they're starting to head over there. 1st Tennessee Heavy Artillery is an elite unit, 9 guns, 24 pounders. Let's get them moved up a little bit. They can be of more use. A lot of action going on in our center right now while he gets into place for his attack on my right. I'm a little nervous that he's just going to overwhelm me over here. See if we can get Dorsey Pender up here firing on Jackson. Casualties are looking good so far. These are some strong units over here on the left. Tennessee Tuxedos, Gulf Shore Gators, Hungarian Impalers. All units with a lot of experience. The same cannot be said on our right. These are all pretty green units. Who's Jones is losing? Tennessee Home Guard. Yeah, that's right there in the center. Oh boy. Yeah, they're almost done. Let's get Anderson up there on the line. That's our reserve. Here comes the attack. Pour it into him, boys. Wow, that's a big attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 brigades. That's basically an entire corps attacking at one time. Come on, Kite, get over there. I'm going to bring them right up into here because we're going to need the reserve. I've inflicted almost 5,000 casualties on the enemy already. Still might not be enough. Alright, how we doing? So far, so good. But the situation could deteriorate rapidly. Hungarian Impalers have achieved elite status. Gotta get those cavalry weapons upgraded. Oh, Pyron's brigade's getting a little nervous. So are the Bourbon rebels, taking a lot of casualties. Oh no, that was fast. I did not expect somebody to break that quickly. Alright, we're going to send our one reserve brigade into that spot. We're going to need more than that, though. Oh, and there goes another one. I'm going to try to shift the Orphan Brigade over because we're pretty protected right now in our center. There's not a lot going on over there. Wow. This is a bloodbath. Morale's even now. Come on, Griffith. I need you to get up on that line. You need to get in behind these fortifications. Orphan Brigade. Double time. Get there. And there goes Scott. Come on, Kite, get there. Meanwhile, we'll still have some pretty heavy fighting going on over on this side. Ransom's about to break. Let's get the Ruhr Valley Brigade up here, firing into their flank as quickly as possible. There goes Ransom. I'm going to shift the Gulf Shore Gators over there. Shift lane over. Oh, there goes another brigade. Yeah, see, these are all green units. They're not used to fighting, and they're just not holding like I need them to. Just not sure I'm going to hold on my right. I'm going to bring Van Dorn out into the open over here. On the line, Griffith. On the line. Right, there's the Orphan Brigade. We've got help coming in, but my right is just melting away. Trying to get Van Dorn out there. What a mess. 4,000 casualties for me, 8,500 for him, so it's 2-to-1 casualties, but I mean, we've taken out a fifth of his army. But he had a good plan of attack. He came at me strong on my right flank. It really just overwhelmed me here. Send the Ruhr Valley Brigade over this way too. Man, he's just got so many men over here. Come on, Kite, you gotta get there. Problem is they've had to march all the way across the field. They're exhausted. I don't even know how much good they're gonna do me. Got the Gulf Shore Gators moving into position in this gap in the line. Whiting's brigade taking a lot of casualties. There goes Griffith. Oh. There goes Whiting. Just not enough experience in some of these units in this army. I'm running out of places I can hold. Got a big, nasty mess here with units coming and going. But I've inflicted so many casualties. I'd hate to give up the field. I'm actually going to shift back over this way. Who was wounded? Earl Van Dorn. Yeah, see, these guys are just getting into the action and they're already exhausted. And this is their first combat. They may not hold very long. And there's a bunch of artillery there too. That's not helping. Send out some skirmish. Oh, I can't because we're already engaged. Put out some skirmishers, guys. Let's go after this artillery. Wow, it's a major victory if we can win it. He's lost 12,000 men. Oh, look at those guns right there. We got to hit them because they're just going to keep tearing holes. Ah, we broke before we even got there. Darn it. He brought that artillery right up to the line. Hold up, Deering. Hold up right there. Alright, alright. Somehow we are scraping together a victory here. Still got a big mess over here. Who was wounded this time? Chatham, commander of the Orphan Brigade. He's pulling back. Oh, we did it. I mean, tactically he was beating me on the field, but he just took too many casualties. He couldn't hang. Look at that morale. It was down to 21. That's what happened. All right, so Army of Tennessee. We've got a couple of units that we want to recognize for this one. There were a lot of units that could have received battle honors, but in particular, there's a few that I think did really, really well here. One of them is the Gulf Shore Gators. They're going to get their third battle star. Took just 37 casualties, but inflicted 610. Because this was a major victory, and we had a lot of really good showings here, we're probably going to give out at least 3 battle honors for this one. Gulf Shore Gators are definitely going to get one. There were a couple of others that I was looking at that I was thinking really deserved it. Another one would be the Walker County Rangers. They're going to get their first battle star for this one. Did really, really well in this battle. They took 290 casualties, inflicted 1,300. The Hungarian Impalers were right at the center of really winning this battle, and they lost 83 casualties, inflicted almost 1,000 themselves, so they're going to get a third battle star as well. All right, there we go. So I think we're going to wrap it up right there. I'm going to try my best to get more regular content to you with all of this. Let me know what other series you'd like to see me do while we're doing this one simultaneously, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.